Hi everybody, my name is Dan Cronin. I'm the owner of RageInternetRadio.com, and we've talked about this for a long time, me doing this, but it's finally here. This is the Rage Wrestling Report, and of course this is going to be the Rage Wrestling Report Episode 1. So this is going to be our first ever episode. For my credentials to you as wrestling fans watching this yourself, I'm 27 years old. I started watching wrestling in 1987 or 88, one of those years, probably around Wrestlemania 5. Of course, I've gone back and watched all the WrestleManias before that, and WrestleMania 5 and on, I've been an avid fan since. So that being said, real quickly in this first episode, I think it would be a good idea to talk about the WrestleMania card. I know the Elimination Chamber is coming up, but we're going to talk about the WrestleMania card, and we're going to talk real quick about the Royal Rumble to start it off. Everybody had Jericho winning the Royal Rumble. I think everybody, I think when he first came back, people weren't sure, and then more and more people started to pick up on the fact that, you know, wrestling websites, reporters, and certain knowledgeable people were mentioning how, of course, Jericho is going to win the Rumble and face CM Punk. One of those things came true, I believe. Obviously, did not win the Royal Rumble, but is probably going to face CM Punk. Now, of course, this seemed to leak out, and WWE wasn't happy that, you know, so many people, you know, were able to know what was happening, so that they changed things, as they often do. We could go back to countless examples of when they've changed things. Probably the last time such a big change like this, I believe, has happened would probably be the Matt Hardy attacking Jeff Hardy instead of it being Christian, which it was slated to be, and they had all this build up for it. If anything, they had too much build up for it because it really tipped most people off, and the crowd, the old school fans, really kind of brought it to light to all the newer fans, and everybody finally figured it out, and they had to scrap it. So that's the last time such a big change has happened. But I think overall it was a great thing to have Sheamus win it. You know, he actually had one of the louder pops coming out of the out to the Rumble, so that, you know, it could have backfired. It could have been an odd win. Someone else could have won. It could have been odd. You know, I'm personally happy Randy Orton didn't win it. I'm not a big Randy Orton fan, although I know he's got a lot of build up too. He could have won it and made people happy too. But as I see it, it could be CM Punk and Jericho at WrestleMania, which is what everybody thinks. But everybody thinks that, so you never know. WWE might, you know, make him face CM Punk, you know, somehow in the Elimination Chamber or something of that nature that we don't even know about. I slammed Brodus Clay the first time Brodus Clay came out, and to be honest, it's you know, it's working. It's something different. So I gotta say, I would enjoy it more if there was less PG everything else, but Brodus Clay was doing what he's doing. Then I would enjoy it. But anyway, back to the point at hand. WrestleMania. You want to know what's going to happen? I think I have the idea. I think it's Undertaker, Triple H at WrestleMania for third time. I think it's CM Punk, Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. I think it's Sheamus and maybe Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel may lose the title, and it may be someone else that faces Sheamus. They may look for someone else to face Sheamus, but the way Sheamus is such a face getting over with the crowd right now, Sheamus is getting so over with the crowd, and Daniel Bryan is going the other way, they may feud those two. Maybe Daniel Bryan will be a big enough heel for Sheamus to face, and, you know, at WrestleMania. And then, of course, you know, John Cena versus The Rock. So CM Punk, Jericho, The Rock and Cena, Triple H and The Undertaker, and Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, those matches are pretty good. Right? If that's what happens at WrestleMania, I mean, at least those 4 matches, I mean, that can be this could be one of the better WrestleManias if they do it right, and I believe that. So that's what I think is going to happen. Will they bring Shawn Michaels into the Triple H? If Triple H does face The Undertaker, will they bring Shawn Michaels in some sort of referee capacity? You know, I don't know. They teased it last year and it didn't happen. Maybe they do it this year. And of course, I think the tag titles, it would be nice to see those defended at WrestleMania. And I would also like to see Kofi Kingston wrestle Cody Rhodes. I would love to see Kofi Kingston versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. I would absolutely love that. That would make the WrestleMania card just unbelievable for me. Because in a PG era where a lot of things bother me, you can still have, especially at WrestleMania, good matches, and that alone is why you watch wrestling in the first place a lot of times. And I would love to see Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, maybe open WrestleMania, or maybe second match in or something. And I'd like to see the tag belts defended. Tag belts, IC, and all those other matches I mentioned. I mean, I would buy that in a heartbeat. I would love to see that. So we'll see what happens. Those are my predictions, everybody. Once again, I will answer your questions on episode 2. Probably tomorrow or the next day we'll do episode 2, and I'll get to the questions I didn't answer today because I really just wanted to make this an introductory. I'm Dan, the owner of RageInternetRadio.com, and this is the Rage Report, or the Rage Wrestling Report on RageInternetRadio.com. We'll see you guys later. And if you can go over to RageInternetRadio.com and check it out, we have live shows all the time. Feel free to call in or swear at me or leave your comments below, and I'll get back to your questions next week.